We got the air intake in there. Fresh oil. Let's go ahead and clean this mess up and then get cracking on that next step. So this is loose. Be prepared to, you may have to give it a little persuasion. Go ahead and finish draining this. It's time to put these plugs in. Here's the part number. Drain plugs in, the new one. Spark plugs, so we're gonna go ahead and you need two 10 millimeters. Gotta remove these two 10 millimeter bolts here. So these aren't torqued down or anything. So you just gotta take off these two 10 millimeters. Or get the coil pack down. After you take the two screws off, take this, lift this up here. The plug, and the plug will come right out. There you go. So you're gonna need a 5/8 socket, spark plug socket. This is what's coming out, and this is what's going in. So set to 18 foot-pounds. Let's go ahead and torque this down. Remember, you don't torque these down; these just go in snug. Yeah. So I just have to put the fuel filter in. So the fuse box in this car is located on this corner. You flip this around; it'll tell you exactly what each fuse does. 13 and 18. So you're basically going to count over from here. And so this is 11, 12, 13 right here. 16, 17 is the blank, 18 is this one. Pull those two out. And then we're going to turn on the car and let it start for fuel. All right, so it happened so quickly that I couldn't really show you. So I turned it on and it died. So the filters here are located on the passenger side, as you can see, and we're gonna take out, I believe these are 10 millimeter bolts, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth one up front. You have this out. You're basically gonna take out, this is a 10 millimeter that is this clamp here, and then these small little socket, hose clamps. All right, so these were 5s to take these out, these hoses. And that should have been a 10, but I ended up having to use a 7/16. There we go. Fuel filter's out. Let's go ahead and get the new one in there. Okay, so it's important to note, remember, these are directional, so you got to make sure you put the fuel filter in the same direction. But this is why it's good to keep stock. So I'll go ahead and replace these with these new clamps. All right, the new filter's in. Let's go ahead and get that clamp back in. Cover's back on. Let's go ahead and get the fuses in and fire her up. Sounds way better than she sounded in a long time. The mist is kind of gone. So unfortunately, I could not start my diff oil change until I got the 14 millimeter hex bit. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So we're going this way, and it broke free pretty easily. So both plugs came loose really easy, and let's go ahead and drain it out. So this was definitely a waste of money. That thing is brand new, so this was recently done. So all right, so I bought this because it's easy pour, so it's flex, and so we're gonna go ahead and put that in there. It's 75 watt 140, which is what you need for the limited slip diff. So let's go. All right, one down. All you gotta do is just squeeze it in, and I think about 2/10 of that, allegedly. We'll find out. I'll let you know. All right, so you fill until it starts to pour out a little bit out of the bottom, but just be careful because that easy pour is really easy to squeeze in there. So you may end up wasting quite a bit of product if you're not careful. All right, here we go. This is all sorted out now. So let's go ahead and take it off the jack stands.